Hey everybody, this is Perch. Quick mail here. I'll just read the mail right off the gate because, what? Anyway, let's just do it. It says the new gay Spider-Man web weaver is the mail. So it says, "Hey Perch, has Marvel gone too far?" Well, yes, but probably in a different way than you're about to say. I see some images of the gay Spider-Man on YouTube named Web Weaver. I think it started on Twitter, right? The artist put the stuff out, or the writer. I think the writer posted comps from the I don't know what's going on. Anyway, that they did that. Okay, so they put out this new web weaver, which is part of the Edge of the Spider Verse series coming up, and that's where we're going to get to in a minute. But let's finish the mail. These images have web weaver with a twitch showing his butt in a behind pose in his yellow pants and little black jacket. Come on, Perch, what say you? Well, what I say is too many goddamn Spider-Men. I mean, that's a problem. I mean, look. So this, sort of some context here. Edge of the Spider Verse is the multiverse of Spider characters. We've had Spider Verse get used several times. We're getting this new Miles Morales Spider movie that's going to go deeper into the Spider Verse. So I mean, it makes sense. Marvel's going to turn that crank and get a few more Spider multiverse things going on. That's its subtlety is not exactly their strong suit. So anyway, there that we get more Spider-Man, and therein is the problem. But Web Weaver is apparently a gay Spider-Man from a world where Spider-Man is a fashion designer and very flamboyant. I think that the phrase is not so mild mannered, so bigger than life kind of personality. And he's super gay, and he has a costume that reflects both fashion and style, and super gay. And he's I don't think anybody has said it yet, but if they haven't, then the quote I believe is he'll make all the right people mad. So I'm sure. I don't know who the right people are anymore. I understand what you're trying to say there. Basically, people who are homophobic, you're going to make them mad, and it's kind of fun to make them mad for reasons that are somewhat confusing to me at this point. I think you want equality. That really has nothing to do with people who get mad, but fine. But the thing that is stupid about this is how many Spider-Man do we need? This is a problem with comics. You're going to look at the era of 2016 through like 2024, this 8 to 10 year period, and what's going to be filling it is the just vomiting of cloned characters. It does to me. It doesn't. I don't care if they're gay or straight or dinosaurs or whatever the hell they are. They're like there needs to be somebody to put the brakes on and go, hey, we no more Spider-Man. We've gone to the multiverse well way too often. By the way, they're announcing this as the first gay Spider-Man, and is that really true? I don't think that's true. I think we've already seen through the multiverse of Spider-Man a gay Spider-Man, but I may be getting it mixed up. I know Spider-Punk has the Captain America who is gay inside of Spider-Punk, but I could have sworn that one of the other Spider-Man already introduced in the Spider-Verse premise is already. But the fact that I don't remember is kind of the problem. There's just way too many Spider-Man characters. Just like there's way too many Green Lanterns, there's way too many Flash characters, there's way too many. I mean, hell, Spider-Gwen has a Gweniverse thing going on where you've got. I mean, this is the most insane thing ever. So you have Spider-Gwen, a Gwen that is a multiverse version of Spider-Man, who is now discovering she has her own multiverse of Gwens out there, where there's a Captain America Gwen and a Thor Gwen and all these other fucking Gwens. And it's like, this is killing your franchise. You do not need 50 Iron Men. You do not need 50 Spider-Man. You do not need 100 Spider-Gwens. You do not need all this stuff. For God's sake, you've got to have other characters. You cannot keep going back to the well and just keep vomiting out, variants on the same character over and over and over. People do not find it as funny as you think. It is a bad idea. And this is absolutely, I think this is what's going to topple this era of the comic industry is we're passing away new characters in favor of, cheap. To me, it reminds me of what had to have happened, where you had a bunch of writers who grew up as kids playing Mortal Kombat or whatever, some video game. The timeline doesn't quite work out. But anyway, how you'd get like the swappable skins? It's like now the character has got a yellow costume. Now the character's got a blue costume. It's like it's got a different name, but really it's just a palette swap of the character. It feels like that's the approach that's now being used for comics, and it's destructive. I think that the multiverse as a concept, we did that interview with Joe Casey. He's right. It's on danger of completely tipping over and turning into just the height of stupid, because you can't, and it doesn't even work as a premise for movies particularly, because there's no way. The only value a lot of the quote unquote normies going to watch movies are going to have for the multiverse is this idea that this is somehow a backdoor way you can get Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and all the characters we lost. Scarlett Johansson comes back and starts being Black Widow again and gives people those memories of, when they loved the Avengers. That's what they're going to think is going to happen. But it's not going to happen. Those actors are aging, and they're not coming back to the MCU. So anyway, it's not going to work for the movie. In the comics, though, it is you do not need all these cloned versions of the same characters, and nothing screams we're out of ideas than, hey, let's do a palette swap on Spider-Man, and we'll have a white Spider-Man and a British Spider-Man and a black Spider-Man and some Spider-Man from Wakanda, and we're going to have a Spider-Man from the Old West, and we're going to have a Spider-Man that's a pig, and we're going to have a Spider-Man that's a girl, and we're going to have a Spider-Man that's trans, and we're going to have a Spider-Man that's a robot, and a Spider-Man that's a dinosaur, and a Spider-Man that's a spider. And it's like, at some point, you've lost the plot entirely, and that point is now. Sorry, it's not now. I mean, this is why I don't care at all about Web Weaver. Fine, it's one more Spider-Man to add to the pile. The reason this is stupid, the reason it's the time when it went too far was like 5 years ago. We're way past that. Long before we got to the gay Spider-Man, they had dug just a hole and kept digging for this entire concept, and that's where we are today. I don't know. I mean, look, I to the person who wrote in the mail, like honestly, who cares? Who cares? I mean, when you've got a robot Spider-Man going on, and you've got all these other Spider-Mans going on, you have it doesn't matter anymore. This one's gay. I'm sure. Why not? I mean, seriously, why not? It's. I think the true problem in comics we're facing right now is that we've just got way too many of like one character with 50 variants. And that's the Batman problem, that's the Superman problem, that's the Green Lantern problem. They're quickly trying to make it the Wonder Woman and the Aquaman problem. I mean, everywhere you turn, there's multiple versions of the same character, and you've blown the uniqueness of the comic. You've blown the uniqueness of the character. This is a bad idea, and you gotta back that truck up, hit reverse, and do it differently, because this is this doesn't work. So I don't know. I have no interest in it. I don't care if the character's gay or not. I mean, hell, if they're going to do an interesting story with the character being gay, I mean, if that's a possibility, cool. That might actually get me to pick it up, because it's something new's going on. But to me, I've got an allergic reaction at this point to the 500th Green Lantern and the 5,000th Spider-Man, and I like, oh, it's a Captain America verse, and I like, no, hard pass for all this, hard pass. Anyway, if you are interested in this concept, and by the way, once upon a time, it was kind of cool that we had the multiverse, and we had different versions of these things way back when you're reading, Captain Britain. And Alan Davis is doing some multiverse stuff with the Council of Captain Britons and all the rest. It was a somewhat unique and novel concept. It was interesting. It was different. That was the 80s. We're now into 2022, and it's everyone has done this same gimmick, and it's enough. Hard stop enough. But if you're still interested in this, more power to you. But let me know why. How is it that you have maintained your interest? Share some secrets so we can all figure out a way to survive this current moment in time too. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe as always, and thanks for listening.